Hello everyone, my name is Kangmin Lee,
Hi, Kangmin Lee. I'm Red Big, and I'll be the one that verbally skewers you for this video.
and I was just fired from my job for my conservative beliefs.
Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You misunderstood.
That has to be a world fucking record in the quickest lie spatted out in a video within seconds. Yeah, it's my conservative beliefs, not the shit that the guy mentions that you try to deny within this video. Like, get the fuck out of here.
This wasn't about my job performance or my relationships with colleagues. It happened because of the things I've said online and the political and religious views I've shared.
I'm gonna stop you there and say that there was probably the things you said online. I don't think it had anything to do with the religious or political views you've had. I think it has more to do with the more important shit you've been saying over the last couple of years, or even the last year. you've been speed running trying to lose this job, so I don't know what you want me to say, man.
Right before I was about to head out to work, I got a call from an executive at my workplace, and he opened with this.
The reason for this call is that we've decided to terminate your contract effective immediately.
Oh.
Beginning today and going forward, you're going to cease all contact with employees and you are not welcome on our campus.
I have a question. Why were you recording this? Like, you got a call from your job, and then why was that cell phone recording this call at all? Are you recording every call that you get at Kangmin? Do you do that often? Because that seems kind of strange. I just heard that Benny Johnson gave you a job. Are you going to start recording his calls too? Yeah, well, I guess these are the questions that are asked by people who aren't team cucked, you see? I'm not team cucked, so I get to ask these questions without, the red team descending upon me, right? Or they probably will anyway, but I don't have to worry about being ostracized from that because I'm not on the red team or the blue team. So I'm good, but I just want to know why this was done, why you decided to start recording when you didn't even know the subject of the conversation. The only reason that we know about it now is because you decided to upload it, but before that, you didn't know you were getting fired until the guy told you. So, I don't know what's going on there.
So they told me I was being removed immediately and not to return. The main reason? Because my posts were dehumanizing and derogatory.
I love the little air quotes. Like he hasn't been, like, this isn't true. I haven't been doing derogatory, dehumanizing tweets. What are you talking about? That's crazy. There's like a whole history of this shit on his Twitter page. Unless he's deleting these motherfuckers like crazy. Which it doesn't matter because people have already been probably logging this shit themselves. But yeah, he's such a little douchebag. Trying to be like, oh, that's not, come on. Come on, what are you talking about dehumanizing targets? That's fucking nuts. Meanwhile, he's like talking about England being invaded because he saw a bunch of school kids graduating and they were mostly brown. Great. Not dehumanizing or derogatory at all. Sure. And no, let's not to forget the mountains of shit he's been saying about black people. Again, between him and Arthur Kwan and Diane Yap, it's like, you guys are like chickens defending KFC. You're trying to appeal to your more white audience, but there's a chunk of them who don't see you the same way. I'll get to this later, but I'll say is just a little taste, a little teaser for that discussion. I think we need more Ann Coulters, and that's all I'll say until later.
So it's clear to us that your commentary invokes language that's derogatory and dehumanizing.
The specific example they kept bringing up is when I called women who celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk hags and psychopaths. And apparently, that's unacceptable. What else are they? Calling them psychopaths is mild compared to the depraved gloating over the death of an innocent man. But they didn't care about the context.
Kangmin, Jesus Christ. You want to talk about low IQ? Holy fuck. Listen, context in this specific instance makes you look worse. If we actually look into this, it makes you look a lot worse. And I love that he says he drops the hags and psychopaths thing and doesn't bring up the fact that the guy also mentions that he said that women should have the right to vote. Like, he doesn't bring that up because that makes him look worse. He leaves all of this in the clip. It's like, I would almost be like, all right, smarter. It's way smarter to just manipulate the clip and edit itself out. It's smarter to do that, but he doesn't do that. Right? It's immoral as fuck. It's dishonest as fuck. But he's already being dishonest, so it doesn't even fucking matter at this point. You might as well go all the way. No. Why are you half stepping? Go all the way and just start editing this guy out of context and start editing shit out, right? But he said, but with this video, it's like he's saying things, and then he's also showing the audio that contradicts what the fuck he's saying, or it shows that he's a lying sack of shit. I don't understand this. How team cuck do you have to be to just be like, okay, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this guy lying to my face. Wow.
So what specifically?
Well, how about yesterday when you implied that women shouldn't have the right to vote and that women are hags, miserable people, birthers, and psychopaths?
I didn't call women that. The specific example they kept bringing up is when I called women who celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk hags and psychopaths. And apparently, that's unacceptable. What else are they? Calling them psychopaths is mild compared to the depraved gloating over the death of an innocent man. I didn't call women that.
Yes, you did. It's very clear. We have evidence of it.
Yeah, you can pull it up. I said that liberal women who dehumanize
No, you didn't
people
say
and
liberal
celebrate
women.
death.
You did not say liberal women. You did not say liberal women.
It's okay. You can tag out. I got this one.
I know this is unpopular, but after seeing how the vast majority of the demons celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk were women, I've realized that repealing the 19th cannot be a suggestion, but must be a necessity to save civilization. Women untethered from good masculine authority become the worst hags and psychopaths, with their emotions and neuroticism weaponized for destructive purposes, because it is not in accordance with their God-given design to be birthers of life and their husband's helpmate. Then giving these miserable people political power has been a tragic mistake. Reminder that only 4% of women during the time of suffrage wanted the right to vote. Paul actually warns about this in Scripture, how without a male authority in their lives, women, especially young women and widows, will veer off into harmful behaviors, and the best thing for women is to marry, bear children, and manage their households. But refuse to enroll younger widows, for when their passions draw them away from Christ, they desire to marry and so incur condemnation for having abandoned their former faith. Besides that, they learn to be idlers, going about from house to house, and not only idlers, but also gossips and busybodies, saying what they should not. So I would have younger widows marry, bear children, manage their households, and give the adversary no occasion for slander. 1 Timothy 5:11-14. Older widows would be wiser, more mature, and already have borne children, and in that case, in the context of this passage, they would be under the care of the church, whereas young women must be under the care of their husbands, and widows should remarry lest they fall into bad behaviors. This doesn't excuse terrible, lazy, inadequate left-wing men, but ultimately politics and governance is the realm of men and always has been. Toxic suicidal empathy only became a major problem in civilization once women got political power and began to implement their empathy and compassion in all the wrong ways, policy-wise, that leads to more disorder and violence.
And let's say he was talking about liberal women specifically, which he wasn't. That entire thread, he never mentions a specific group of women, just women entirely. But sure, let's say that bullshit you're spewing is actually true, and that's what you meant to say. Do you think repealing the 19th is only going to affect a specific group of women, or just the entirety of them as a whole? Because I'm pretty sure if they repeal it right now, it's going to affect all of them, not just some of them, not just the ones you disagree with politically. So I don't know. I feel like he's such a liar and a con artist and a bullshit artist. And again, people are so fucking cucked to the teams, they're not allowed to question this shit. I'm so happy I'm not cucked to a team. I can question this shit as much as I want, and if anyone comes at me for it, I don't give a fuck. Because unless you can prove I'm full of shit, which you can't, there's no way you can prove that he's not lying, because he just lied here on this call with this guy. He's a lying fucking snake. And he's relying on you being too fucking retarded and too cucked to his team to team sport shit to even question it. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He relies on you being too dumb to question it. That's the problem. And he's actually fucking correct. He is actually correct. These people were too stupid to call him out on this. They don't care. That's fucking terrible. It's like people are too fucking stupid to even question shit anymore. As long as they vote for the guy we vote for, you're good in my book. It doesn't matter if it's right or makes sense or if it even goes against my principles and standards. I will defend you. This is stupid. This is like, holy shit. The fuck happened to principles and standards and consistency? None of that shit. That shit's dead now. Holy fuck.
The context is...
There's no context. Your language...
Do you mind if I can...
I'm going to finish. Your language is dehumanizing. You target every kind of identity that's represented. I'm embarrassed that we're just realizing it.
So, the context behind that is the thousands upon thousands of videos and tweets and posts of people who were celebrating the assassination of a husband and a father 2 weeks ago. So, the context is the sheer number. It was like 80 to 20, 90 to 10. The majority of people celebrating his assassination, someone murdered in cold blood, were women. Now, these are women who are untethered to their family. They don't have good family lives, right? They have abandoned their families, and they don't have children. So
you don't know that. You don't know that.
Okay, sir. So this is, sir.
To suggest that the answer is to.
Am I allowed to finish, or are you going to keep white-splaining to me?
He's white-splaining. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Oh fuck! He's white-splaining. He pulled out the cake shit from Batwoman.
It's broken.
It's not broken.
If it worked, I would have caught it.
Should I flip your wrist back with the snap and a
You're
snap and a forward?
bad-splaining. You're bad-splaining.
Nigga, what?
He's fucking bat-splaining. Oh my fucking god! Oh, I'm fucking lightheaded. What the fuck? What do you mean he's white-splaining? Oh fuck. Okay, look. I've said this before, right? I've said this before. There are people like this who go so far in another direction that they can loop around and being the thing that they're against. There are people who say that there are a lot of left-leaning people who go so anti-racist they become racist, and it's true. I've seen a lot of that shit happen. But this is another thing too. There are people who go so anti-woke they loop around to be woke. Like, that's the moment. If you showed me that clip out of context, I would never think this man was a conservative Christian. White-splaining. What the fuck you mean white-splaining? What does that mean? I will say the same shit as I would to someone who talks about mansplaining. What the fuck does that mean? Can you please speak English? Talk English, Hammer. God damn. White-splaining. Oh, fuck. I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? I was just like, What the fuck did he just say? Did he say white splaining? Oh shit! Great job with that BuzzFeed talk, you fucking dork. Oh, that shit almost killed me. I was like, what the fuck? I might have to sue him for fucking attempted murder. That almost fucking killed me. What the fuck? White splaining is not a goddamn thing, you fucking dumbass. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. White splaining. That is... Again, I don't know how anyone saw this and unironically defended this without question and didn't even... Like, how did someone see this and not even call that out? Like, come on. That's gotta be proof of, like, team cuckery. Like, he just used the word white splaining unironically in a fucking argument. Like, come on, man. Y'all definitely are team cuck. There's no fucking way. White splaining. Holy shit.
We can be done with the conversation. You are no longer permitted on this campus. You are effectively terminated immediately from your employment.
I asked for another example, and he accused me of saying that fat people shouldn't exist. What?
You clearly believe that fat people shouldn't exist.
What?
Correct?
I have never
Correct.
said that. I've never said that fat people should never exist. This is your emotion speaking.
You didn't outright say that, but... I don't know. I think if you remove the shittier, more racist tweets, that combo racism with fat jokes, I think he'd be okay. I think he'd have a point here, where because otherwise he does try to promote clean living and people should be more healthy and stuff, but he also fucks it up with a with a fat joke that combos with it. Also sometimes race jokes, like really racist shit to say. It's kind of like somebody going, "Hey, we should accept all religions, okay? Be tolerant of all religions and all people." and then out of nowhere, it's like, "Yeah, but them fucking Jews, am I right?" You're like, "Whoa, wait, how did we get? We were doing so well. How did you get to this point?" You know? It's like they say agreeable shit, then fuck it up with some worse shit. It's like, all right, well, I can't. I can only half agree with you now. 1% agree with you now because all this other shit I can't condone.
If you were able to at least use your faculties of reasoning.
We have a file full of odious things you've said.
Odious, like what else? What else?
Any one of which would be eligible. We would escort them out of the building. My only regret is that we've just discovered this at this point, and that's on this institution.
How badly do you have to fuck up for them to just discover all this shit you said, and they have an entire file of it already? I saw somebody try to like yeah, but like that doesn't add up, does it? It's like, no, it adds up perfectly because I mean it's not like they gotta dig through everything. He says this shit quite often and on a daily basis. It's not like, you know, this is, you're not like they had to dig through like 15-year-old tweets. He says this shit currently. So I don't try to 40 Cheshire way out of this shit. But yeah, it's kind of fucking nuts, man.
Okay, so I don't understand what beliefs that I hold, because I don't dehumanize women. I have talked many times on my platform of how women are incredible, that their telos, which means design in Greek, is to birth life, and that's a very important role in civilization. I've said that multiple times. I said they're empathetic, they're compassionate, they're great nurturers and caregivers. That's what I've said. I've also said that men need to step up. I've never said that men are better than women, or women are better than men.
They're great birthers and nurturers and stuff like that, but also they shouldn't be allowed to vote, and they are too retarded to exist on their own without a guy being there, without a dude. Sure, man. I guess you could have it both ways, even though I think he's full of shit anyway. But I guess, man, fine, whatever.
I've never said that fat people should never exist. That's absurd. All I've said is that they should take care of their bodies and that they should steward the bodies that God has given them, right? So
I'm not interested in this debate.
And you see, no matter how much I try to reason, this is how liberals think. They don't value diversity of thought or the free marketplace of ideas. They will fire you, destroy your life, and in extreme cases like we saw with Charlie Kirk, kill you and dance on your grave.
First of all, I think that guy's just sick of hearing your bullshit and your your consistent lying through most of that discussion. He's just tired of hearing it, and so am I, really. Secondly, how could you say this about the blue team when you and the red team were all like, hey, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. The things you post online, they can get you fired now. And it's like you guys were going around getting people fired from their jobs for posting about Charlie Kirk. And now that your posts... here's the thing. Here's what these people thought. They thought it was only going to affect just the one side. And that is affecting the other side, too. They're like, whoa. Now because now they also want to know what this company is and who this company he worked for is, so they can, which is why I'm saying, hey, y'all might want to get some beef up some security up there. I'm just saying. No, see, we wouldn't do anything like that. No, you wouldn't do anything like that. Speak for yourself, okay? And let's be for real. Even if someone on the red team did do something horrible on that campus, whatever campus that is he was on, they would just blame feds and Antifa anyway. So it doesn't even fucking matter if one of their own did do that shit.
If you dare hold any right-wing opinions, to be an open conservative today in America still means to be a social pariah. Companies and institutions will punish you without question. But I believe in speaking honestly about my values. I've tried to be respectful while also being direct.
Oh, a bullshit artist.
Kangmin Lee is truly skilled in the artistry of bullshit. I'm trying to be respectful. I've seen a majority of the tweets from you be not respectful. Come on, my dude.
Of course, I tend to be sarcastic and incorporate humor in my posts, but apparently that's become grounds for dismissal.
Where's the sarcasm in your repeal the 19th tweets? Like, where's the irony in what you said in that tweet that they specifically brought up and you tried to bullshit your way through? Like, wait, are you and Jeremy Griggs both retarded and have no idea what sarcasm actually means? Are you serious right now? What the fuck? Oh my god, these people don't know what words are.
I don't think being conservative or having strong religious Christian convictions should cost someone their livelihood.
And I agree with you on that, except that's not why you were fired. You weren't fired for being a conservative. You weren't fired for being a Christian. If that were the case, then you would absolutely have a fucking point. But that's not why you were fired. You have multiple posts speaking out about every other identity that's not either a white conservative or a Asian. He's basically Chaya Ray. He's the Asian Chaya Raychuk in that regard, where Chaya Raychuk, or lives at TikTok, she's more known as, has this thing where we'll go after black, brown, gay, trans, liberal, whatever. But hey, don't go after my identity. It's self-preservation, basically, when it comes to them. Like, hey, don't go after my Jewish identity. Don't talk about the Jews. Don't ask why I lied about the Jewish tunnel thing and said that it was just a bunch of rowdy teens when half of them are like in their 30s. You know, don't ask me about that. Don't say anti-Semitic things. Same with Kangmin Lee. I'll go after black, gay, trans, brown, liberal. But hey, don't talk about Asians. You know, hey, Stop Asian Hate was disappeared because of blacks, even though the Stop Asian Hate thing started around when COVID happened, and like they believe it was said that 75% of the anti-Asian hate crimes were white people. But whatever, that's fine. That's fine. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Ignore your eyes and ears. Don't ignore what you see. Like, he says all this shit on social media about black people, about brown people, about gays and trans and liberal, all these other everyone that's again not Asian or not that's not. If you're not Asian and you're not white conservative, you're gonna get my full hatred towards you and disdain for you. Now, he does these things. He says a bunch of heinous shit online, but then it wants to say, no, it's because I was Christian and conservative. No, it wasn't. This is the equivalent to like God's. I think it was God's Not Dead 2, was it? Where they were trying to put up a bunch of like at the end of the movie, they put up a bunch of court cases about people who were fired for being Christian. But in reality, most of these people were fired, if not all of them, were fired for proselytizing on their jobs, which is completely like not okay to do. You're not supposed to do that. but this movie wants you to ignore the fact that that's the case, and wants you to believe, no, it's because they're Christian. We're at war for our Christianity, for our faith, and it's like, no, that's not what happened here. No one fired you because you were Christian. They fired you because you were proselytizing on the job. No one fired you for being conservative and Christian. They fired you because you said all this heinous shit you were saying online, particularly about repealing the 19th, which is one of the most recent things at the time that he said. But again, we're supposed to ignore what we hear and see, I guess.
It is possible for someone to hold beliefs that you disagree with, and that person not be a crazy, hateful person.
Again, I agree, but this doesn't apply to you because we know what kind of person you are. We see the kind of shit you say. We see the kind of shit you believe. We see the kind of people you go after. This doesn't apply. None of this shit you're saying, all this shit you're saying is true, but none of it applies to you. Okay? You are pretty crazy and hateful based on what I've seen from you.
I just wish that they at least tried to have a conversation with me before viewing me and firing me as a derogatory, dehumanizing bigot. They don't even know what it is that I believe.
What do you mean they don't know? They have a whole file on you, and they see the shit you say on Twitter, and on X. They know what you believe. They know exactly what you believe. So wait, is this all just for the memes? Is your repeal the 19th little rant of just memes, bro? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Is this a character you're playing? What the fuck are you saying? Stop! This guy is a fucking bullshit art. I have never seen such artistry of bullshit in my life. This is crazy. This guy is just legitimately asking his audience to ignore their eyes and ears, and don't look over here. That's nothing. Don't that's not anything. Don't look over there. They fired me because Christian and being bigoted and being conservative. No. Well, yes, but no. They did fire you for being bigoted, but they didn't fire you for being Christian and conservative. They had nothing to do with that. And how, again, why do you even want this fucking job in the first place? How do you expect, why would they even keep you? After that, repeal the 19th rant. After all your rants against black people, after all your rants against brown people, and gays, and trans, and just liberals in general, after all your rants with these people, how can they trust you to do your job properly, whatever this job you had was, when you can't, when this is the shit that beliefs you hold? At a certain point in time, those beliefs are going to affect your job or your standing with these employees that you work with. At some point, at any point, eventually that shit's going to slip out. So I don't understand what the, like, oh my god, this guy is a fucking, this dude's a charlatan. I guess he truly is a man of God, because a lot of these Christian conservatives are fucking charlatans. Okay? they're fucking scammers and scumbags and pieces of shit. I'm not saying all of them are, but a lot of these people are. Sure, you'll have some good Christian conservative people, or you can get a Kenneth Copeland, okay, who's a total piece of shit. Who's a total scumbag. Or you'll get your Peter Popoffs. Yeah, guys like that, who just scam people consistently. You know? Like, wow. Or you get your Kangmin Lees, who is just a complete fraud. He's a fraud. He's a fraud that hides behind a cross, and it's fucking despicable. It really is.
But as you can see, they chose to take things out of context to create a fake version of me. Because having a conversation and trying to reach a place of understanding is hard. And it's easy, instead, to dismiss and fire someone who disagrees with you as a racist, xenophobic, misogynistic, transphobic, homophobic, everyphobic monster. They chose to treat me like some violent terrorist that's not allowed on their property or to contact any of their employees anymore. They are more angry with me calling out garbage behavior than the garbage behavior itself. They are more angry at me calling people celebrating Charlie's assassination hags and psychopaths than they were at the very demons who celebrated Charlie's assassination.
This is truly incredible. Kangmin, you say that they're mad at you for calling these women hags and psychopaths. Are you ever going to mention the fact that you expressed in fucking detail by using the Bible, no less, as to why women should not be allowed to vote and why they shouldn't even be in government? You even went as far as saying that even liberal men should be in government over women in general. You said this, and you're gonna pretend that it was just because you called them hags and psychopaths, which, by the way, you said you didn't say in the actual audio. But again, ignore your eyes and ears. Don't ignore that. Don't question that. Just leave it alone. But he's gonna pretend. And again, this is pretending to people who on his YouTube channel. This was posted on his YouTube channel, a channel he hasn't been on in like 2 years apparently. He posts this on his YouTube channel. He posts this to people who probably don't even know the context of the situation. He's talking about context. The context is there. They told you what the context was. They told you about the shit you were saying. And then you try to deny it and try to say, no, I was talking about liberal women. I will say this once again. Even if you meant that specifically, I highly doubt if they were to repeal the 19th, they were going to go, you know what, let's repeal it only for liberal women. Because that's not how that's going to work. It can't work like that. It will not work like that. You're not going to have a liberal woman registering to vote and you have a guy there like, hey, so who you voting for? Oh, okay. Oh, Democrat. Okay. 10-4, we got a liberal woman trying to vote. We got a liberal woman trying to vote. Bring her down right now. Drop the hammer. You just tackle her to the ground and fucking curb stomp her and shit and put her in handcuffs. That's not going to happen. If you repeal the 19th, all women are not going to get the chance to vote. Yes, that includes the conservative ones as well. So conservative women, I have to ask you a question if you are actually seeing this. Is this the guy you want to back up? He doesn't think you have a right to vote. He's going to try to say liberal women. But it's like, again, it's not going to work that way. And even if that's what you meant, but you didn't say that, and I don't think that's what you meant at all anyway. Because your little Bible passages you were posting up, your little scriptures you were posting up, was explicitly talking about women in general. Bible wasn't like, yeah, those fucking blue-haired feminazi liberal bitches. No, they're saying women it was generally speaking about women. So, again, I'm not buying that bullshit that he meant liberal women. No one's buying that, including the guy that's on the phone with him in this clip. Yeah, but it's just so retarded. Like, just stop. He really gives off this little, like, I'm a sweet Christian boy. I'm a God-fearing boy. I'm a sweet old Christian, God-loving boy. And the reality is he's a fucking demon. He's a straight-up fucking demon. I'm going to emphasize, he is a motherfucking demon. Okay? He's not the sweet angel that he wants to portray himself as, and people on his side of the aisle want to portray him as. He's fucking awful.
So what now? Well, I know some of you have noticed that I've been absent from making videos and content for almost 2 years now, and that's true, and I sincerely apologize for my absence. I would post on X in my free time from time to time, but I wanted to live a more normal life for a while off the internet. I was struggling financially, and I tried to make money in other ways by working other jobs. I also spent time in counseling, trying to get right with God, because I realized I had been living a life of sin as a hypocrite while publicly espousing Christian conservative values. I even tried pivoting into other career paths to see if that's where God was leading me, but it seems God had other plans. I believe God is using this to push me into what I was already being prepared for: full-time content creation and public speaking. Sharing truth, building a community that isn't afraid to stand firm. If you remember 4 years ago, this is actually the second time I've been fired from my job for my social media posts.
Oh, this is the second time. It's almost like there's a pattern. You want to talk about noticing patterns? I think you should start noticing patterns right now about why you're being fired for your social media posts. I wonder what the posts... I would love to know what posts got you fired the first time. I would love to know. Was this... Were you calling for TND? Is that what happened? I'd love to know exactly what heinous shit you were saying that got you fired the first time from your last job.
God really is nudging me. I can't compromise my voice just to keep a paycheck and live comfortably any longer. I'm going to focus on building a platform where I can speak openly, create content that matters, and continue the sort of work that I love, fighting for what is good, right, and true. I will also be focusing not only on American contemporary politics and culture, but also bridging the gap on what is going on in Korea. But here's the reality. Losing my job means I lost a lot of my income overnight, and while I transition into this new chapter, I do need help covering basic expenses, rent, bills, food, until my content work is sustainable on its own. That's why I've launched a Give, Send, Go campaign. If you believe in free speech, if you want to help me continue creating, or if you just want to help support me during this transition, I'd be incredibly grateful.
By the way, no one should never give this man any money. This guy's a fucking fraud. And plus he already I think he already got a job immediately with Benny Johnson. Because, hey, us cucks gotta stick together, I guess. Wow. This shit here. And then to talk about free speech when he was the one saying specifically free speech is not freedom from consequences. Wow. It's almost like when you said this, you meant them, the other side specifically. You did not think that was coming for you. When you all was pulling this shit, getting people fired from their jobs for making social media posts, despite talking about free speech, I guess you didn't think it would come back to bite you in the ass and affect you as well. I guess you didn't think it would affect you now, did it? Did you? You didn't think it would hit you too. That's insane. These people are frauds. These free speech absolutes are frauds. They're absolute frauds. They do not believe in free speech. They believe in freedom for them to say whatever they want. You guys got to follow. We can say whatever we want. You guys got to follow the rules. There's rules and decorum here. You can't just say whatever you want. We can say whatever we want, though. That's fine. Yeah, that's where we are now with this. It's fucking despicable.
Even if it's just a few dollars, that would mean the world to me. And whether you donate or not, thank you so much for listening and sharing. God closed one door, and now he's opening another. I may have been fired, but I'm not backing down. I'm moving forward. Thank you for standing with me, and God bless.
Now that we're done with that tinkly piano dog shit, remember when I said that we need more Ann Coulters in the world? Do you remember the thing that Ann Coulter said to Vivek Ramaswamy? I think it was this year, as a matter of fact, or early this year. Do you remember that clip?
I too am a fan of yours. I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
I think we need more Ann Coulters in this political class. Now, I'm not saying I want people to just be outright racist to Kangmin Lee, just for the sake of being racist. I want people to be like this towards him, to wake him up, because he seems to have this understanding that he's in with the in crowd. I'm with the cool kids. We're accepting and loving, but they don't see you. A lot of them don't see you as an American, my friend. You can post all the AI slop with your face as a Ghibli character and saying I'm a proud American. It's like, you know. They don't think that. They say, yeah, sure, you're Korean, not American, but sure. That's exactly what happened to Vivek Ramaswamy. She just said that you're an Indian, not Indian American, Indian, meaning you don't get the title of American because you don't fit the visage and the image of what American is. Basically, meaning you're brown. You're not an American. Kangmin Lee is not white. as much as he likes to defend white, protect white, they see you as a non. Now, as a non, why did I say non? Because I was looking up some shit. I saw some shit about Arthur Kwan, another one who's just like Kangmin Lee, an Asian who has problems with blacks and browns and all this other shit. And he said he wants to make white people more racist. He got his wish, because there's a lot of people in that on X who was like, yeah, we don't claim you, we don't like you. You're just a non-white Asian. You don't matter to us, right? And it's just like, we need more of these wake-up calls, okay? We need more Paul Mooney. We need Paul Mooney at Kangmin Lee's bed when at the time this shit happens to him.
Wake up, nigga.
Yeah, just more of that, please. Give him these wake-up calls to make him realize you're kind of a useful idiot. You're not actually, you're not actually accepted. You're just a useful idiot to some of these people. A lot of these people. I don't know. Why don't you ask a few of them? Maybe ask a few of them. Maybe actually ask most of them. Not ask a few. Ask most. I want the point to get across. So ask most of them if they see you as an American, or if you're a real American, or you're just seen as a Korean, as an Asian, basically. That's just my thing. Because I see this shit with a lot of these people in these political spheres who haven't quite yet got their wake up calls just yet. They're getting there though. A lot of them are starting to realize, oh shit, I'm gonna be next on the chopping block when the time comes. So I don't know. I believe he's a Korean immigrant too, if I'm not mistaken. So that's strike 2 on your record. You're not white and you're immigrant. Holy shit! What's next? Oh boy, this whole thing is just fucking despicable. Just such dog shit. He's just such a dishonest human being, and I don't understand why anyone would support him. I don't know how they let that white-splaining thing slip by them. I don't know if that was deliberate. They deliberately let that slip by, or they just didn't quite hear it. But that is crazy. That is the last thing I expected to hear from someone who's Christian and conservative. Is the most woke term I think I've heard since manspreading. What the fuck does that mean? What are you talking about? Oh, Kangmin, I don't know what else to say to you, man. I know there's a special place in hell for you, but I can only hope and pray like a good boy and pray that you can find a very cool spot in that lake of fire to sit in. That's the best I can hope for you at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I am what I am, and I'm going to be the very best of what I am. And for those who don't like me confidentially, I don't give a damn.